So, thanks for tuning in, first of all. And of course, like always, this is not a tradition. Let me actually check if everything okay with the mic. Okay, so we have Josh is actually joining us, but are you okay to join us? You are, right? Hello there, Josh. I think you can say, can you say something if you know to see if
Hello.
I can hear you? Oh, I
Can you?
cannot hear you.
No,
Maybe it's me.
it's because I'm muted.
Yes, I
think.
think it's me. Yes. But let's see if we have actually.
Things I do for you.
Now I can hear you. Wait a second. I need to. Okay, but can you hear me?
Yeah.
Great. Great. Okay. So I think everything is working.
It asked me if I wanted to stream to my channel. I don't know if I did it or not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you should be able to stream to your channel, of course.
I think I am.
Let me actually try to fix
Experts.
the mic.
Yeah, I am. That's kind of cool. Things I do for you people.
I hope the mic does not fall. Maybe it's not the best. Yeah. Maybe like that. That's better. Yeah, I'm not
That's
sure.
better. I don't look like I'm in a fucking calibration room.
Great. So today we are going to talk about the
Oh,
news.
look at you go.
Yeah, like always. Like probably it's not the best place to. Yeah, I'm not sure about the sound. If the sound is okay. Is the sound okay, guys? And
Yeah, sounds good.
okay, great. Great being here. The longest Josh sounds like a Dutch name. Well, maybe
Oh, sounds like a what?
hiding a Dutch name. Maybe he's hiding something from us.
In the Netherlands, they can pronounce my name like everywhere else.
So I have actually, surprise, surprise, I have actually things to talk about.
Shut up.
And of course, this is like the title says news and updates about FlutterFlow. So we can talk about news and updates first. Let's start with that, and then we can go wild and do all kind of things. But let's start with the news. So first of all, the Flex widget now it's available in beta. I can say that, which means that in the next week or 10 days, I'm expecting the Flex widget to be available for everyone to use. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Josh, you know what I'm talking about because you are on.
I'm a Flexpert. Every widget I make is a Flex widget.
You were on FFDC.
You mean the widget builder? You mean the widget builder?
I'm talking about the Flex widget. I cannot show you the Flex widget because, as you already know, I cannot show things from the beta.
Are you allowed to talk about it?
I'm allowed to talk about it, especially for this thing because they announced it on FFDC. That's why I'm allowed to talk about it.
Okay.
And like I said, they announced it on FFDC, and we're talking about the Flex widget. Which is the idea of the Flex widget is that you have a widget that is on at the same time a colon and a row.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I know you know because you were on FFDC, and I know you know about the Flex widget, but you cannot just right now. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but now you know. So yeah, the Flex widget. Do you have some use cases, Josh, that you can think of you're going to use? Like you said to yourself, "Oh, if I had a Flex widget, I would totally use it."
I would go and rebuild every single marketplace template app that isn't responsive because it hurts my eyes.
Okay.
That would be my use case. I wouldn't charge anything. It would just be my gift to the world because I would cry if I spent $200 and then found out my template didn't work responsibly. No, like in general, it's like a Webflow Flexbox layout. No, it's super helpful.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to find. To be honest, I'm trying to find the when they announce the Flex widget exactly, so I can show you. You have to bear with me to find it. But in the meantime, we can talk about other news probably because it will take some time in order for me to find it, I guess. But yeah, like I said, it's the idea is that you have a variable that you can choose if you want to be acting like a colon or a row. That's the idea of the flex widget.
Yeah.
And like I
I
said,
think
to
it,
recap, yeah,
I was going to say it's super helpful for people who are used to Webflow and are struggling to get used to. Even though I think FlutterFlow design is layout simpler, but it's very similar. So that when you go from landscape to portrait for mobile, you can obviously your content that was previously as a row, you can now display as a column. Simple as that.
yeah. And because I saw the VS Code, the VS Code extension, are you using the VS Code extension, Josh? I'm just out of curiosity.
No, I'm no code to the core. I refuse to
Okay.
install VS Code out of
Okay.
principle.
Okay, nice. Because to be honest, I'm not using it as well. Maybe I should use it more, but I'm not using it right now. So, but I see the benefits. So, I cannot find the Flex widget for some reason. Maybe they announced it at the beginning.
Maybe it only
May-
exists in your mind. I don't remember. I remember it when you mentioned it, but I don't remember where it was in the FFDC.
no, for sure they have announced. I just need to find it, and I think I find it. I think I found it. Did I? Widget parameter builder. No, is that this one? Okay, so let's move on to the next news. The magic cursor. So the magic cursor, they are actually releasing this to some special guys. They said they have a form that you can fill, and when you fill that form, you have an access. Like you not have an access. The FlutterFlow team will choose who have access to, but there's still I myself I don't have an access. I filled the form, but I still don't have an access. Did you fill the form, Josh?
I didn't
Probably
know
not.
there was a form.
You're not into Slack, so that's why you don't know. But they announced it in Slack as well. There is a form you can fill, and you can have access to the magic cursor. But I don't have access to magic cursor. I just checked. I don't have access to magic cursor. But essentially, the magic cursor will give you the opportunity to write wherever you want to, and it will actually like because we have the ability right now to create a page, like the layout of the page, and it's actually working very good. I think I showed you that as well, Josh, right? In one of the live channel, one of the live sessions, I showed you that. I really like how it's working, and I'm trying to find the best way to work. But
What with the magic cursor?
no, I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about I don't have access to the magic cursor.
No.
Currently right now I'm talking about the page autocomplete. To be honest, for
Oh,
me
okay.
personally, the page autocomplete is even better than the new page creation. The page
Yeah.
autocomplete, I think they're using some kind of other like layout or AI or whatever.
Well, they're taking
And
into account your other stuff in your project for starters, so that helps a lot. And to answer
I'm,
somebody's question, by the way, it hasn't been fully released. It was announced at the FFDC. But yeah,
yeah,
it's good
exactly.
autocomplete.
Yeah, exactly. So this is we're talking about news and updates, and we're talking right now. We're mainly talking about things that were not yet released, but are yet to come, and they were announced on the FFDC, but they are not yet to come. So we're talking about the version 5. So they have announced for version 5 the Flex widget and the Magic Cursor. I think those are
Mhm.
the only two things that are yet not available for
Yeah.
the current production version out of the.
Everything else, all the other AI features, the component, I have to say, I've had good results with the component one, building components from Figma designs. If you do it kind of correctly, and
You
it has
mean
limitations.
do you mean this one
The
or
component from Sketch, so you can obviously upload an image, so you can extract an image from your Figma design. In general, I would say smaller pieces are better than bigger pieces. Don't try to use it for like a whole page. And contrast. There are just some little tricks when you play around with it, but it can actually, I don't know, it helps me.
yeah? Maybe you can actually read the comments over here, so you don't stare the comments, and we can read to everyone. Try to the VS Code extension. It works on Mac, breaking on my Windows. For some reason, there is an open issue on GitHub. Yeah, I don't have a window. Like I don't use Windows, so I cannot like confirm or deny this one. It's not breaking for me. So yeah, I'm I cannot comment on this one. But if there is an issue opened, then yeah, I guess they're going to fix it. But thanks for the comment. No code. And Slongus wrote on Linux. I'm unable to launch the Flutter desktop app. It just keeps spinning. Interesting. Like I said, I'm not on Windows right now, but you can actually try to reinstall it. I guess you have tried to reinstall it,
Have you
but
tried turning it on and off again?
yeah, try to reinstall it. Or if there is a bug, I guess they're going to fix it. And you can open an issue always, of course. And there is another comment from Hannah Mant. Hi, sir. How to button enable often? What is that? I'm not
How
sure.
to button disable after 24 hours or 1 day, please. I need tutorial video.
Okay.
I'll put it on my list of tutorial videos to make. So it's how to
Yeah.
disable a button after 24 hours. It would have to be done something via Firebase, probably. You would need a database and then an expiry date. It's definitely possible. And thank you for the tutorial idea. If you have tutorial ideas like that, I need ideas because I'm creatively bankrupt. So I can try to make
Yeah.
that one for you.
So to recap for the magic cursor, like I said, I don't have access, but essentially the magic cursor will be over here. It should appear over here, and it should give you access to, let's say you want to connect all those things, like tell the magic cursor, I need this to navigate to those pages. I want to navigate to home, profile, and so on. Or you can connect it to the backend. For sure, it will work for Firebase. I'm not sure about Superbase right now. We'll see what will happen. But if the magic cursor it's working like page autocomplete, I have like a lot of hopes. Let's say it this way.
It can literally do anything that the FlutterFlow graphical user interface can do, right? Essentially.
Yeah, it depends if they have restricted. The reason I'm saying that is because, for example, on the page autocomplete, I'm sure they have restricted. The reason I'm saying that because if you write to the page autocomplete, I want a page that is actually like, let's say Google, it's using like Google Maps. So I'm talking about the widget. If I haven't like yet created a page that is using the actual widget. So what I'm trying to say is that I guess they have restricted for the widgets that it's used by the AI, and I guess they're going to restrict it by the actions that the AI. So for example, I don't think like the magic cursor will do callbacks, for example, or something complex things. Like I imagine it will be like a very simple thing. I don't even think that it will do filters as well. If you
No, I think it
query,
will. It will.
it
In the
will.
demo they did during the live stream, during the FFTC, it definitely was doing filters. It was also using your own custom functions in order to, for instance, populate data fields. So if you've got a custom function to calculate the distance between a user and a shop or something like that, and so you've got to it just calculates two distances between 2 points. It can use that when you're creating a record for, like, a match between two people on a dating app or something like that. It can use that custom function that you have.
Okay,
That's
interesting.
how it appeared to
Yeah.
me.
So
Mileage may
that's
vary.
Yeah, so let's see. But what do you think about the callbacks? I don't think that it will use like complex actions like callbacks or something like that, right?
I don't see why not.
Okay,
I don't know.
interesting.
We'll
Interesting.
see.
Let's see. Let's see. You have more hopes than me. Interesting. Okay, so what? So the next news that we can talk about is, and if you ask me, actually, if I want to be a professional, I can probably write it over here. Further new version. So it's actually, I think it's 3.24, right? That's the new Flutter version that is coming up, and right now it's yeah, exactly, it's 3.24, because right now this is the because I'm using beta right now, and this is 3.24 that is coming. And I have a lot of breaking. If I Because I updated my photo version on my computer, and because I'm testing it locally on my phone, and when I downloaded, I had a lot of like breaking because of the packages. So I really recommend people, if they are writing some custom code, to wait for the upgrade to come, first of all, and then second of all, always use any. That's my recommendation. To be honest, they have changed the way you are seeing the dependency on the custom code. Right now, you see all the dependencies. Previously, you were seeing only the dependency of the current custom widget or action. Now you see all of them, of all your custom code that you're using. I don't use here any for some reason. I'm not sure why. And then I'm not even sure that those are mine, to be honest. I think they're coming from FlutterFlow. I don't think that those are mine packages that I have added. But if you add some package, let's say the PDF package or whatever package you want to add, my recommendation will be to use any. You cannot actually see it from my from my camera and Josh camera, but I can probably show it over here. Instead of the version, you just use any. That's my recommendation. So further, we actually choose the right package for you. That's that's how I'm actually doing it. Do you have any comments or thoughts about that, Josh?
No, I'm going to speak less today. I got told off last time.
Okay, great. Yeah, I see that your polite side. It's on the max right now. I see that. Okay, and then the other news, that the final news that I have for you guys is, which is, I think it's the biggest news, which I left it for the final part, uh, is about the VS Code extension. And the FlutterFlow team actually said that we can actually expect changes regarding the VS Code extension and regarding editing files. Right now, if you want to edit files, it's only restricted to custom code. But they said they are working on a way to actually edit info PO list, for example, or some other files that sometimes you need to edit them if you want to import a package. So that means that you will not be restricted to edit only custom code, but you'll be able to edit also other files in your projects from the VS Code extension. Like we don't have like information which exactly codes that you're going to be able to edit, but this is actually coming in the near future as well. So I don't know when, or I don't know which files exactly, but the good news is that this is finally coming, and we don't need to push it to GitHub, edit the file, and then deploy it from GitHub or something like that. So let's see what that would be. What do you think about that, Josh? Do you have any comments
I don't do
about the
code.
what is going on with you today?
No code to the core. Uh, um, But no, I mean, it's obviously better than having to push back and forth. But
Mhm.
I don't have VS Code, so I don't really have much use for it.
You know you can install VS Code in Chrome, in Chromebook.
Nope,
I
and I never will.
okay.
I will never go. I will never
It's good.
become a developer. Never.
It's good that we have the two perspectives. So that's good. They should definitely disable removing dependencies not used in a custom code by the site. Uh, yeah, disable remove dependency not used in the custom code. Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure about that because if so, for example, if you when you see those dependencies over here on the right side, those are actually used in the FlutterFlow project. Like for example, I don't like for example I don't use Hive animations, but if I use them, I get the point. I mean, if I use them, it should be added automatically. But because I'm not using it, probably it's not a good idea to have it over here. Which I get it, totally get it, and this I support that idea. If that is what you wanted to say, what do you think, Josh?
I think. I mean, his question was about removing them. So it's a. I don't know if the question was about accident. The problem is to stop being able to accidentally remove them, or to remove them automatically if they're unused. I didn't quite understand the question.
I think
But in general,
automatically not used. That I think this is what
yeah,
no code
in
solutions.
general, this it's kind of taken a while for me to get used to the fact that they're all there. It's a bit messy, but it works. It works.
Mm, mm.
Somebody asked me why don't I want to touch any code. Uh, I will get to that later.
Why you're
I'll-
jumping to the comments? Why you're jumping to the comments? We have let's go one by one. Would
Is
be
I put on my
great if
glasses?
you could also add your own code with classes. Yeah, you can actually add your own code with classes. Like I said, you can have like in the custom code in the custom widget. A fun fact, actually, not a lot of people know about that, but you can actually have like if you have this code over here, you can define another class. You can no nothing is actually stopping you to define another class over here. Name it wherever you want to,
Mhm.
and then it will still work. It will. I mean, as long as you use that class in the main class, which is this one, because this is the main, I'm calling it main class because this is the name of this class should be the actual name of the widget, for example, if we're talking about widgets. As long as you use that code over here, you actually, no one is stopping you from define 100 classes over here. So there are not a lot of people know about that and not a lot of people use that because I think this
Mhm.
is like a very heavy codish thing. But yeah, that's how I'm actually doing it. And renewed for more. Is it possible in custom action or custom code to listen for changes in the FF app state? Yes, of course, it's
Yes,
possible. You don't even need FF app state, but I'm going to leave Josh to actually answer this question because I
since I taught Dimitar how to do this.
yeah, that's a lie, but okay.
So there's a couple of really cool things which I feel are missing features from FlutterFlow, but with a couple lines of code, they're really easy to do. So one thing you can have is yes, you can definitely have your the app state has a global listener already, which means that any changes in app state you can have inside of a custom widget, you can have it react to those things. You can also interact with the state of a custom widget from outside of the custom widget. So you can, using something that's called did update widget. I don't know if we're allowed to show examples, but you can use, if you just with ChatGPT or whatever, do did update widget. So you can essentially have a parameter coming in. Let's say you have a Firestore document coming into your custom widget, or even just a string value. You can listen for changes of that string value. And then when it changes, you can have the custom widget rebuild. So that's number two. Number three is you can obviously use a callback inside of your custom widget to pass information out in real time, either to app state, or what I often do is I will build my custom widgets inside of a component. And in my component, I will have a component state. And so basically, as my custom widget state changes, to make it easier to access, I just constantly call back and pass that and keep the state inside. So the component literally just surrounds the custom widget, just in order to make it easier to access the state. And then the last thing you can do is you can use like a change notifier. Like I have one that I use across all my projects. It's like a 1 by 1 pixel by 1 pixel hidden widget that you don't see. You can put it in any component so that you can have actions that run within your component when a parameter being passed into the component changes. So for instance, if you have a can't think of a good example, somebody's name or whatever in a contact list card changes, you could have, I don't know, some animation. I'm very uncreative tonight, but yeah, I don't know if that answers your question. I think it does.
Yeah, and let's move to the question that you answered, the questions but before. How come, Josh, you don't want to touch any code?
Because I don't trust developers. No, so so the entire reason I learned to use code, I won't call myself a developer, is because I didn't trust a developer to build my own startup because I knew how I wanted it to be. The reason I don't use something like VS Code is because, to be honest, there are 1.5 million people in FlutterFlow, and the vast majority of them do not necessarily use that, especially our clients. And broadly speaking, my goal personally is to help the 99.99% of people who think that they can't code. And so in order to do that, I always want to be using it the same way they're using it, and not always just kind of answering the typical developer Stack Overflow answer. Oh yeah, just install npm on your machine, because already you've lost 99% of the population. So it's not that I can't do it, it's that I choose not to, or I'm lazy, one of the two.
Okay, the next one is or execute functions from custom widget in custom actions like backward compatible callbacks.
I think that's what I just said.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, answer.
Yeah, I would say like you can also use callbacks, which definitely works. If you have like complex code that you can extract in a callback, definitely do it this way. But if you're just listening for changes, probably the best, I would say the only way is to use this technique, did update widget. There are actually another fun fact. There are actually other widgets, or I'm not sure if it's a widget or it's a method.
The method.
Yeah,
I think.
which you can actually, I think it's a method, which you can actually use, which is also listening. So for example, it's listening for when the route change, so for when the navigation change or something like that. So there are like a few, but you can always ask the ChatGPT, for example, or any AI that you're using for did update widget and what are others.
What's the one called? Widget. Grok, the Twitter AI Grok, that we're all using.
Yeah. But it's a paid one. Unfortunately,
really?
there is no.
I
don't think there is a free version. There is only the paid version.
Okay.
So. Okay, and then we have no code says editing. Info pill list will be great addition. iOS development gets complicated sometimes with managing extra permissions. Face this issue with critical alerts on iOS. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the idea. Editing info pill list, like I said, or the cool. Manifest are under it. That's the idea. But like I said, I don't know when it will be available, but Leah from the FlutterFlow team have confirmed that this will be available in the future.
So does that mean I'm going to be able to edit my localization delegates?
It should be. It should
be because they load in the material app, so there's almost no way to change them.
No,
within FlutterFlow.
yeah, it should.
Okay.
It
That'd be
should be.
cool.
Yeah. And now I think we're done with the news. I don't have any news to be honest that I have wrote. Do you have any, George, that you think it's worth mentioning from the last week
Um,
or 2 weeks?
I got a fantastically soft new free T-shirt uh, from Stack Blitz. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, we're gonna have some exciting news definitely next week. Well, more likely by the over this weekend, but I will save it for then.
Okay.
But something pretty
Every
exciting.
every Wednesday, so I guess next Wednesday.
Next
Wednesday.
Wednesday, I'm going to be coming to whore myself and our new exciting stuff.
Okay, great. And now, because we talked with Josh, actually, I think it's best to build something live. So we have two options. We can build something live, but we haven't like talked about that, what exactly we want to build and what exactly we're going to build. But so we have two options: build something live that we don't know what exactly to build right now, or we can actually. I have like a very cool thing to review. I have a very like how to say this in English, like a mania or something like that. I want to review every single marketplace item out there because I really
Me
think
too.
that they deserve to be reviewed and to
To
you
show
guys.
the good ones, to really let the people know what the good ones are.
Yeah, I definitely think that my idea is to review every single one of them because first of all, I need to check how good are they, and also I maybe I can learn something. Who knows? I mean, who knows? So, do you think we can do that, Josh? I
Yeah,
think it will be yeah.
I would love to go through some marketplace items.
Okay.
You've read my mind. Let's
Okay,
start
great.
with the paid templates.
Let's first answer the question. Any idea what new super base features they are developing now? Yeah, that's actually a
None.
great question.
You
Uh,
mean Superbase or FlutterFlow?
super
Because
base, super
Superbase,
base,
I
super
think they're
base.
developing lots of new features. No.
No, yeah, I think he means like super base inside the FlutterFlow.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that was the question about. So the thing is that they're actually because it says on in the last community. The other news that I have to answer this question. I actually have another news which I can say at official. It's not something that I want to hide or it's hidden. You can actually see that I have actually created a bot that is actually liking all
Oh,
the posts in the community. I can say that this is like official news. So like I said, I'm not hiding about it. Like there is a post like 19 minutes ago, which is not liked by me. So my bot is actually sleeping. There's like 30 minutes ago, not liked by me. Okay, 3 hours ago, not liked by me, and this is 3 hours ago, and this is 5 hours ago, and this is liked by me. So my bot actually it's running every 4 hours. So maybe that's why it's not liking those posts because it's running every 4 hours. Those comments are from 2 hours ago. Maybe soon they will be liked. But what I wanted to say is that if you go to the last update, you can actually see that over here they said they're working on the Flex widget. We have talked about that. We have talked about that, and they have enhanced super base integration. So Leah from the FlutterFlow team actually asked us, the beta testers, what are the features that we are expecting them to integrate in FlutterFlow. So is it like a real-time database? Is it like what was it? Let me actually check because that's interesting. So I think they're working in a couple of things that they want to. So real-time database, push notification support, which I think it's awesome. Like if they do push notifications for Superbase, that would be insane, to be honest, because the only reason I right now on some of my project I'm using Firebase is because of the push notifications. We'll see. Apple authentication, which I think a lot of people are actually asking for. action to send the new password back to Superbase. I don't think that's very excited. I have already done a video in my channel about that, how you can do it. So not very excited to me. Support or queries, not very excited to me. Support additional information like in between when it comes to filters, not very excited to me. The reason I'm saying that, and also the real-time database, the reason I'm saying that is because we were in a live session with, I think it was in a live session in my Discord channel with Daniel. He was actually in the not last week but 2 weeks ago, and he showed me how to do a real-time database with Superbase. And you can do all kind of filters with database. So what's coming, I'm not sure, but it will be one of those, like one of like 2 or 3 things from those that I said. We'll see. And then you have from no code, we need SQLite improvements. What kind of improvements do you really need? Because
It's super basic. That's not the first time I've heard that.
really,
It's
real,
it's like
you
the
need, like,
bare
real-time
minimum.
database?
I've never, to be honest, I've never used it, partly for that reason. I just haven't necessarily had a use case, but in general, it's really basic, the integration. One of our guys has done like a full integration. I'm trying to get him to do like a template app with all the necessary like custom code and a tutorial of how to actually use the features within FlutterFlow, but he's lazy. So yell at him, not me.
Okay. So, fun fact actually about the marketplace. We can start with the marketplace. I was actually wanted to sort the marketplace items by the highest, like how do you say this?
I think we should rate them by the most expensive.
Yeah, exactly, the most expensive. But I cannot filter them by the most expensive. Unfortunately,
Oh, you
they
can.
they don't have this filter. Yeah, unfortunately.
Mhm.
But we can just start with let's start with some because there are a lot with 20 200 and there are actually 200 because previously 200 was the
Which is
limit,
the
right?
minimum. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And now they change it, which
Yeah.
is weird because I think it's still like when I submit an item, it still says 200, but there's like 400 here. There's like a 400. There's a 500 over here. So
Which one's the 500 one?
this one,
Uh,
drop
Job search.
search.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
think
let's
that
start
one's
with
actually
this
probably
one.
pretty good.
Let's start
Yeah,
with this
let's
one
have a
because
look.
500 is like a lot of money, to be honest. And this
So if you're buying this, you're thinking you're getting basically everything you need, right?
yeah.
You're up and running.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
So
see what it does.
so let's actually start it like that. Let's have a quick area. Like let's say the price. So it will be like from 1 to 5. Let's say, I guess. Let's say functionality, and let's have the UI also. And
Introducing a job search marketplace app, fully developed with FlutterFlow and Firebase. Actually, this one may have designed to facilitate the connection between job seekers and employers, blah, 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 through the digital platform and a powerful backend, providing a comprehensive user experience. Okay, so this is an all-in-one, non-refundable way to get your startup to be exactly like everybody. So it says it has off chat dashboard, pub package, education, lifestyle, utility. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's press
it's
that
interesting.
view.
It's interesting with the non-refundable thing. I didn't know that
Everything's
FlutterFlow
non-refundable. Yeah.
FlutterFlow has a policy over here, non-refundable policy. Okay, interesting. So yeah, one more thing before I jump into this. So we have authentication, we have chat, we have dashboard, we have pub package. So they're using custom code. We have education, which I'm not sure. So that's I think the styles, right? It's education, lifestyle, utilities, and it says clean. Who is deciding that this is clean? But okay, let's call it clean. Okay, we're jumping into it right now, and let's see what the what this marketplace item looks like. So first of all, I would just want to say that if I'm paying for any kind of marketplace item, I want it to be dynamic. I want to be responsive. So I want to be for
Moment
sure.
of truth. Moment of truth.
For sure, I'm going to check if it's responsive. But for sure, I want to see that it's working seamlessly across all the devices, right? So if you ask me for desktop, for example, over here, the
This is
skip
not
button.
responsive.
Yeah, the skip button should be much bigger, I think, isn't
And by
it?
the way, no disrespect, I have no idea who made this, but one of the major advantages of FlutterFlow is that you're writing one app for iOS, Android, and web. And
Mhm.
web. Anybody who doesn't make a web version of their app is just entirely missing out. It's so much easier to get someone to sign up to a website than it is to get them to download an app, even if they're your friend or your family or your mother. I just do not understand why people just seem to refuse to build responsive designs.
Mm.
It's even like basic stuff.
Yeah. So this is the onboard, it seems. Let's click on continue. Okay, post your
This is a page
career.
view. I mean, it looks pretty. It's
Okay.
prettier than stuff I designed.
So something else I want to mention is that we have two continuous over here. I'll definitely not do it like that. I'll definitely not do it with two continuous. Maybe it will be next on the first download. Then I'll be placing continue or finish or wherever. Two continuous. It feels like he used a template or something like that, or copy and paste.
Can you make this desktop real quick? Can you make this desktop real quick?
Yeah.
See, I'm sorry. When have you been to a commercial website that looks like this?
Yeah.
Where the text fields are stretching for, imagine if you're on like an iMac 24-inch. It's amateur hour. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you need to like click over here, like you have to move from the whole screen. If you want to see the password, for example, you need to move to the whole screen.
It just like there was a long time when people were saying that no code tools like FlutterFlow, it's okay for an MVP or something. If you want your thing to look like an MVP, don't make it responsive. But it's really not hard. I know I sound mean, but it's just really not hard to put the way you do this is you start with a row instead of a column. You have a column, and then you put a container with a maximum width. That's like the bare minimum to at least just keep your content in the middle.
Yeah, I think Josh. No, I'm just saying that I think this is not a bad idea to have one of the items in the marketplace and just try to recreate it, but the way that we think it's the best way to recreate it. I think we should have like one live session doing that.
Yeah.
Try
We can do a session on just how to make responsive design. But yeah, no, we
Yeah.
can take a specific example. I feel bad, because I really don't know these people, and I don't mean to be mean, but if you're charging $500, I would be upset.
Yeah. So we have a login student to login company. Which one do we want to
log in as student?
Okay, let's do login as student. Let's see. Okay, so that means that I'm logging right now. I'm trying to log in with a student, and I should be able to search for jobs, right? I think that is the idea of that, because it says job title or keywords. Fortunately, this is not loading, which is not.
Part of this, I have to say, is the kind of limitation of the FlutterFlow marketplace that annoys me. Is that you kind of have to have like a separate project for your demos. But again, if you're charging $500, just have a separate Firebase project.
Yeah, for sure.
And
it's not costing you anything, I guess.
Yeah,
it's
just it's costing you less than the 500. However many people downloaded this, 50 people, 50 times 500. It's what, 25 grand? I think you can afford to.
7 people have downloaded.
Oh, 7 people. Okay. Okay. So let's speed through these features real quick. Otherwise, there's a lot of marketplace items.
Of course. Yeah.
Let's see which buttons work.
No, I don't want to go all over them. I just want to go in details, one or two. But yeah, we have the post over here. So for some reason, the first one is not working. For some reason, this is not loading at all. Let's try to write something. So let's try to
maybe
search for dev, or I don't
press
know.
enter.
Enter. Maybe? Yeah, it's not working.
Does that filter button work?
Yeah, it seems
this is nice. This looks really nice, by the way. Except no bottom sheet over bottom sheets.
Why no bottom sheets over bottom sheets?
You
can
shouldn't
say
have, if you're going to have one bottom sheet come up and then you're going to have another one, that's fine, but just dismiss the first one. Again, find me an app on your phone that looks like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's
Hybrid
just some kind of.
show results. You know, is this working?
Nice.
Yeah,
This
is this
page looks
working?
very nice.
Add skill. Okay, so that's
This is nice. This is nice. This is using custom alert dialogues, which I don't use nearly enough of. But they, if you want some, at least I think that's what it is. But this is
okay.
really,
So
that's actually really
it's
nice.
also popping up, right? It's also popping up like suggestions over here.
Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, that's definitely like a custom. That's really nice. That's an auto, or is that just the basic autocomplete? It's very
I'm
nice.
not sure if it's an autocomplete or
I think it's a custom autocomplete. I think
it's a custom autocomplete. Yeah,
I guess maybe using Algolia. Or
maybe I'm
it
not
could
sure.
just be this thing. This is a fun game of how to let's guess how they built it. It could also just be that there's a visibility there and a list view with Algolia search results that's showing and hiding. That's how, for instance, can I share my screen real quick?
Yeah, of course.
It's essentially the same like this. So I have here, if I go into search mode, and then we search for and I'm getting like this. So the only difference you see is a better designer than me and has made it fancier.
Yeah, it looks almost the same. Yeah, you're right. So, okay, now you're adding them. You can close them. What about the year? So it says choose the year, right? Choose year, but it's getting all the calendar. Is that weird that it's getting all the calendar over here? If I want
So
to
this
choose
is the,
something
when you
new?
have a date picker, and date picker is the bane of my existence because the Cupertino one looks ugly on desktop. But you can choose now. You can choose to have a date picker that's just time, in which case it will still set a date. It'll just set it to like 1970 at the beginning of computer time. But even the year one, I don't think you can just specifically choose a year. I mean, you can obviously with like a custom widget, or it's you can basically adapt this package, this basic time picker, to be more customized, I believe. But I'm not sure within the default options whether you can toggle that.
Okay, now we have size of the company, which you can increase or decrease with those arrows, which is kind of cool. But I guess this is only controlling the value of the text field, right? This is how it was done. What do you think, Josh?
Pardon, I can't multitask.
No, it's okay. So industry sector, you can just choose industry sector over here. Okay, choose the type, full-time job or part-time job. Okay, and hybrid. Okay, on-site, and then show. So yeah, for some reason this is not working. Unfortunately, you can now reset it, but still it will not show. And we have notifications. So I'm not sure how notifications are working. We have also a calendar, and I think this calendar is custom-made calendar, isn't it? I think so. It looks like a custom-made calendar. And we have event request, which we don't have any event request. I'm not sure what is this calendar actually doing. Maybe we can add something in the calendar. Let's say, oh, sorry. Let's say 15. Let's say 16 of August, and let's actually say the event will be demo event. And you can choose a date, 16. I have already choose a date. Another thing with the event is that of the time, you can see the time right now and you need to click away. I'm not actually sure how you can choose a time. You can't actually. Not sure how you can choose a time.
You cannot.
I think you cannot, right?
You can't go back in time to get your $500 back either. That's a shame.
Choose start time. We cannot because we haven't chosen the time. Yeah. Invite. user, so I can read some users, I guess. And it's also popping up, but there are no users over here. Yeah, it's trying to pop up some users, but there's no users. Can I add W? No, I cannot. Okay. And I can add some description over here. Let's say publish. I cannot publish because I cannot choose a date, fortunately. I can't go back in time. I can go forward in time. But, oh, okay. So that worked actually.
What, you turn back time like share?
It worked if I move it. It is actually so. I think the action that he's using or she's using, I'm not sure. It's action on time on change, right? So that's the action. I think it was used. So that's why it is working now, and previously it was not working. So that's actually the event that was created, and you can see the time frame from here to here, and then this is the actual event that you can see. I can edit it, and I cannot dismiss it. Why dismissing is not working?
Because he set it to non-dismissible, I guess.
Okay, interesting.
Because you're trapped into. You will find a job, Dimitar. Get off your lazy ass and get a job.
Okay, so
don't just say no tomorrow.
We have like zoom in and zoom out, which I'm not sure why you really need to zoom in, because you cannot like. I mean, you cannot like actually do anything with that. I'm not sure why you need that option over here. But
how come I can't post? How come I can't post links in the chat, but everybody else can? It's okay.
You can go into your stream in your YouTube channel.
I tried to. That's how I'm writing right now. Okay, so what would you? This one, I mean, again, it has a very nice layout. How would you compare this to when you use autocomplete to doing your layouts? Because I'm like you, I suck at design, and I always love to try to steal a good template because I'm just creatively incompetent.
I think this is like a very there's like a lot of things over here, but in general, the template, I would say it's not ideal. I would say it like that. I mean, like I said, there are a lot of good things over here, but 500 for a lot of good things, I don't think that this is a good price. For me personally, I think like paying the minimum of 200, I'll probably pay it if there is no other like alternative to this, because in the end of the day, if you think about it, in the end of the day, you like seeing this demo app, the only thing you can see is actually layouts, because there are a ton of layouts. But what about the actual functionality? So for example, what about those courses? What is this courses doing? How I can, or what about the blocks?
This is one of, I don't know what the solution to this is really, and I'm not just complaining, because obviously if you show how the code works, then people can just copy it, I suppose. Yeah, and you're supposed to be selling it, but
but I'm not talking about showing the code. I'm talking about actually like showing what is. So for example, blocks. What is this blocks doing? It says no post yet, but how do you add a post? It should be very simple, like very simply explain how you can do that.
Some automated documentation, yeah. But okay, well, I also think that I wish I was selling something for $500 that people are buying, and
like I said, search messages. We don't have any messages. So what I'm trying to say is that when you're selling something, make sure that you have at least like a lot of examples over here, so people can know. Because if you just have screens that is not showing anything, for example, this screen is not showing anything, this screen is not showing anything, this screen is not showing anything, this
is loaded with data, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's also just to show people what it looks like. It's just sales 101, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So
What would you do with $500? What would I do? I would buy a better microphone, no, or a better ring light. I would.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, so for example, I can show you something.
Yeah.
If I have this screen right now, I can just literally copy this screen, go into ChatGPT,
Mhm.
and then ask to paste the screen.
And tell it how do I build it. You can use
And
my
then,
Ask Flexi if you want. I've got a
yeah,
custom bot that'll tell you exactly how to build it.
yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that you can actually let me just show you what I mean. So you can go over here, and it will be marketplace item. I'll call it like that. I can create a new page over here. I can go over here. I can go to autocomplete.
Mm,
Then I can just go over here, and I can just delete this part. So what I did actually is paste the
yeah.
image, paste the screenshot of um, the page that we just saw, of this page over here, and then set to ChatGPT, describe what you see on that image,
Hmm.
and in not so much details, in UI point of view. So that my idea is, don't tell me what widgets were used or something like that, because I don't care about
Hmm.
that, because I'm passing this to another
Just build it.
AI
Yeah.
to actually build it. So you can actually
Wow, that looks fantastic.
exactly. So
Looks
you can
great.
actually see that this works great for me, and I'm thinking to do a video about that, because this is a technique that I found out today about it. But you can actually see, like,
Yeah.
having like this page for 500 and then building this for free in like less than
Yeah.
2 seconds. You can actually see that, like, if you ask me, I'll definitely not pay 500 for a page that
No,
I
I
can.
mean, I think that personally for me, we're just really bitching like old men, but sorry guys. But I mean the thing that we want that we're gonna start rolling out now is like less about the design and much more about actually like a template with, let's say, 11 pages that shows you how to do a checkout, how to do a searching and filtering correctly in real time, a page that shows you how to do um, basic like coupons, future dating, past dating, expiry dates, like actually showing how to do the functionalities of things rather than. I mean, you can go on UI8x.net and find beautiful designs or whatever, or have. But I think that uh, maybe I'm wrong, but what we get many more people asking us for help with is much more some of the basic stuff around, yeah, searching, filtering, um, mapping out flows in their app, and just doing, how to actually make things work together as a, uh, yeah. And this is what I'm going to start doing for my tutorial videos. I think I told you, no, I'm just going to start taking the FlutterFlow template pages and then just actually make them work, um, so that they do the things they look like they should do, which I'm hoping will be good content. We'll see.
Yeah. And what about the functionality actually?
That's
So
the thing. You have
actually,
no idea what data is being created in the background. There could be a
exactly.
whole bunch of like custom code back here. It could have the entire Firestore data schema. You just have no idea, and that's not really his fault. It's in some ways, but I always think that it's not. If something's so easy to copy that people can copy it just by looking at it, if it was me, I would probably just list and say these are the exact schema that comes in this app, because
Yeah,
it's nothing that somebody can't just generate with ChatGPT. They're going to
yeah.
buy it because everything works together nicely, right?
Mm.
Not because they see what your super secret Firebase schema is. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, and also they used map, which you cannot actually use in a
In run
web
mode,
environment. Yeah, in run mode. So
yeah,
it's
you can.
actually not
In test mode or run mode. Okay,
run mode.
yeah, okay, maybe.
Yeah, for some reason, it's not working. It says that this widget it's not working.
Well, moral of the story is, okay, I think we're done bitching. I don't think anyone wants to hear us bitch anymore.
So yeah, let's actually read it. I'll read the price. I'll read it out 1 out of 5. What was your rating?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I think you're better off spending $100 on a full Figma design template from like UI8x.net. You can get for between 30 and 100. You can get a full like 50 screens of designs, if that's
Yeah.
what you're looking for. And if it's not design that you have an issue with and it's functionality, I don't think these template apps necessarily help you very much.
Yeah, so I
If you
think the
ask me.
fair price. I think the fair price that I'm going to willing you paying for this, it is around $50. So it is like 10 times cheaper than the price that is actually asking for. About the functionality, I would say I don't see like a lot of functionality. Unfortunately, like I don't see like the actual like what you
What's
can do,
happening?
what's happening, because there is no data over
Yeah.
here. Like literally there is no data. If I click over here, I see like, okay, now I see the notifications. Okay, but what is this notification actually?
Can I
What is
say
this
one more thing to
notification?
bitch? Can I just say
Mhm.
one more thing to bitch and complain, which is
Sure.
that if you're trying to start a startup to start your vision, to start your app, your vision is not some template that somebody else designed. That
Mhm.
7 other people, okay, only 7, but still 7 other people do not have the same. If 7 other people have exactly the same app as you, then what's the point? Which means you have
Yeah,
to change it by default, right? If you have to change
yeah,
it, it means fundamentally you need to know how to do all of the things that are within that app. So unless you think that that app, which has a design you could get for cheaper, and this is not about this template, this is about all of these templates.
yeah,
It's not a. I don't know. I mean, I'm not. If people want to spend their money, spend their money.
yeah.
Ooh,
So
this was
for
supposed to make me happy, Dimitar. You made me angry.
So for the
Made me
functionality, I would
ranted.
say 2 out of 5. And I was just saying 2 because I really like the concept that Josh said you should not do it like that. You have the, what was it? The bottom sheet
Yeah,
after a
bottom
bottom
sheet
sheet.
over bottom sheet.
Yeah, exactly. So what about the functionality? What do you
Um,
say? What rating you're going to rate out of 5?
Functionality. I don't know. It,
Yeah,
it it has some navigates and it's, yeah, 2. Can I
okay.
ask? Can I answer a question that somebody's asked?
Yeah, sure.
Is that okay? So the question is, maybe not a simple question. Is there a way to group Firestore documents like you have a list of documents and you would like to group docs by a field value? Like, well, Dimitar obviously has a video, which I'm sure he's going to share you a link with because he has a video for everything. And I think actually I also have a video that might be helpful for you if you're looking for kind of, yeah, how, if by grouping you mean like a page, let's say in an e-commerce store, and you want to have either these articles are for paid subscribers, these articles are for not paid subscribers, or you have an e-commerce app where it's these are the shoes for sale, these are the wedding rings, these are the houses, these are the cars for sale, or whatever, different categories like that. And I think you've answered your own question, buddy, or Badette, or he, she, they, it, which is that yes, you can use a field, and that's the glory of NoSQL Firebase. You don't have to plan everything in advance. So if you want to have things grouped by a category, then literally just make sure that every item has a field which has got the key category, and then you can make up your categories. So men's shoes, women's shoes. You can also do an array, and just which is much more flexible then, so that then you can have kind of searchable terms. So you can have shoes, men's shoes, da, 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 and then you can find matches for things that match at least one of the items in that array. And I think if I understood your question, you've answered it, which is yes, you can group Firestore documents by a common field. It's one of the most common things, like linking things by a user ID. For instance, all of my posts, and that's how you can query the documents to get all the documents that I was tagged in or that I created by based on the user field that you store in each post document. I'm done. I'm
Okay.
gonna get in trouble for
And
talking too much.
And finally, we have the UI. So what rating you're going to give for the UI
3,
from
3.
1
It's
to
pretty
3?
3.
Actually, I put 3. I actually put 3 as well. 3 out of 5. So we actually get the same rating. Do you agree with the price? Do you agree that I said that I'm going to spend like $50 for that? Or you
Yeah,
disagree?
I would spend. Yeah, I mean, again, I personally would go to UI8. But if I'd never used FlutterFlow before, that actually maybe this would actually be more helpful. I'm being too harsh. Yeah. If you've never done anything with FlutterFlow, then even just seeing how Navigate's working, there is a lot of we're being kind of critical rather than trying to remember that if you've literally never thought about any programming, software development, FlutterFlow, then this would actually show you some of the basics. So maybe I'd pay $100. Some people have more money than me.
If everything is working, it is working. Everything great. Let's see if deletion is working. It is working. Great. So at least we saw that this functionality is working. Jobs. We don't have any jobs, which is like literally this template. Let's
It's
go
supposed
back.
to be about getting jobs.
And it
Well,
says
clearly
job
this guy did
search.
not. Well, maybe this
And
guy got a job and he didn't finish it.
It says job search marketplace item, and we don't have any job.
It works
Like not a
so well.
single
He
job.
found the job.
And you're asking for 500, and 7 people have paid it.
That was his job. It's like the guy who sold, like, the book How to Make $200 with, write a book and sell it to 100 people for $2 or whatever. I'm being like you, Dimitar. I'm sharing links to my videos, but I don't think any of the links that I share in the chat show up. So
you can send it. Yeah, I'm going to send it. You can do that.
I think this is what he's asking, but I can also answer the question. I'm not just going to give you a link to a video, but these might help. Apologies in advance because the audio quality is really crappy. But
so
those 2 videos might help.
You have a lot of videos, Josh.
But yeah, if you want to have 10 tasks and you want to filter them by like tasks that are done using choice chips or something, what you can do is just store the status of each task, have a field called status that's done, in progress, completed. And then you have your choice chips, and then you literally filter your results based on which of the choice chips is selected and a comparison to that field value. So you go through the list. So you have 10 of them, you go through them like a Tinder deck, So you're going through and you're flipping, does it match? Yes or no? Does it match? Yes or no? Does it match? Yes or no? And by match, I mean, does the status equal the currently selected widget state choice chip? Hopefully that helps.
Great. So do you know that there is one item that it's literally 1,000? No, it's actually 4,000.
How did you read my mind, Dimitar? 143. This is the one that set me off the other day. It looks beautiful. That Nexium. Can you click that Nexium one?
$4,600 something dollars.
Which one?
About it?
No.
$4,600 in the marketplace. Where? That's the most expensive item on the marketplace.
I can't see that one.
Yeah,
Rock on! What a baller! It must be great.
No, actually, I reviewed it last time I was live. I reviewed it, and if I had to pay
you wouldn't
for
pay
that,
4,000.
No, 10 times cheaper. Do you know what I? That the items that were being sold is actually it should be 10 times cheaper than the actual price, because they're saying
no, it's not about pricing to the bottom, because people do value things. They should just be better. I'm not saying they should cost less. They should just be better.
Let's spend only 5 minutes.
Okay, I have 2 more minutes. Then I have to go walk my cats.
Yeah, let's spend 2 minutes just to see it. I'm going to click over it, and
you said you reviewed it already, no? Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
but let's listen to your review. I'm just going to click over it real fast.
Okay.
Let's wait it. Let's load. Okay, so that's.
Is it responsive?
Okay, let's see. Wait a second. Okay, so that's what you see.
I think my battery's about to.
That's you see.
Okay, so this is what I wait. Can you go super widescreen?
Language I cannot click. I cannot click on the language.
Yeah, that's fine. Can you go super widescreen? Like super duper widescreen? I don't know, like if you right click on the screen, you can make it go wider, yeah? You can choose. Exactly. Okay. See, so there's still, this is better than most, but it still just needs A, hide the navbar. B, this should definitely 100% have A. Or actually, that's not fair. He might have responsive visibility because you didn't click the screen, right? If you actually just click the desktop screen, does it hide the navbar? No, it doesn't.
No, it's not.
Hide the navbar. Okay.
So
That's
let's
nice. This
choose
is
the
nice.
drop.
It's slick. It's quick. Yeah, this is
I can
polished. This is,
choose
you can definitely
offers.
see the difference between
I
this one and
have
the
to
last one.
slide.
Ooh, that's very nice. That's really nice.
I have this
I think, why
one.
are you bitching about this one? This
I'll
is
tell you.
complete.
I'll
This
tell
is
you.
fairly complete.
I'll
I
tell
don't
you
know how the
why.
virtual keyboard.
We're going to go to the place. So first
He's
of all,
gonna.
I don't like the sliding thing, to be honest. But that's
That's no
probably
choice.
that's
That's
probably
a nice little. That's a custom
yeah.
widget.
But sometimes
That's
it's not.
fancy.
Sometimes it's not sliding, or maybe you have an
Okay,
error
well,
like
sometimes your
right
buttons
now.
don't work because they're just ugly. But
No, no, we
at
have
least
an error. No. For example,
okay.
you see over here, we have an error and slide it. And like if I'm here and I slide it, I don't see anywhere that I have an error. I have to guess it, right? I have to guess that I have an
Okay,
error.
but you
So
can't compare this to the last one we just looked at. I
no,
mean,
you
yes,
can't compare
for
it,
the most,
but
but that is an edge case. You're right. Nice little Lottie animations. This looks like something I would build and sell for more than 5,000. But let's not get into the details there. This looks like a decent, as long as you want your brand colors to be orange. It would be a good version 1. Like it seems pretty complete, and I did like the slidey thing, I have to say. Why does it keep minimum character validation? Yes, I'm coming, you silly cats.
because I
coming.
guess you're sending something and he wants to be
Yeah.
like minimum of 10.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
look,
okay, but come on, you can change the color of the font. Which if your brand color isn't, I don't know. I think this probably has a lot behind the scenes that would actually teach someone something.
okay,
Is
so
it worth? I mean, comparing it to paying 3,500 to do a FlexPerts Academy 12-week course, I'd say that the FlexPerts Academy is better value because you'll actually learn how to build everything yourself. Shameless plug, but
so
because
what
you'll
would
build
be
your own app exactly your own way.
so what would be the price that you're willing to pay for that template?
Wow, less than the 3,400 that it would cost to do FlexPerts Academy. So, I mean, but yeah, I can see that for some people, but ultimately, again, at the end of the day, you need to learn how to do it unless you just need to buy something to show tomorrow then okay, maybe I can see the point, but you're going to have to adapt it, which means you have to know how it works, which means you're better off kind of building it from scratch, I think.
Okay, so but
We're gonna
so
get
you're,
Politico's
you're
gonna
willing
hate
to
us
pay,
for trashing them
you're
on.
willing to
I'm not.
pay
Yeah,
3,500.
could easily pay like no less than that. I said I would pay. So I think this like if you how much? Let's put it another way. How much would someone have to pay you to build this for them?
That's a good question. But
Because then, if you think about it that way, you're probably charging, I don't know,
yeah, that's good.
5,000 for this, right?
Yeah, I agree. But the thing is
Oh,
that when someone is paying for that, it will be all customized, isn't it? If they paying me in order to
yeah, of
do it,
course.
everything will be customized. And here I'm paying for a template. And like you said, this template, a lot of people can actually buy it and will end up having the same app. So buying a template supposed to be cheap is what I'm trying to say. Like it's supposed to be at least 10 times cheaper than building it than just paying someone to build it. Do you agree
I
with that?
mean, I have a lifelong love-hate with templates because I love the way that they look, but then as soon as you try to change them, and that goes for Webflow, FlutterFlow, and I think it's just us by this point bitching about templates and nobody else cares. But the world loves templates, and we just got to get on board with it, even if we think they're stupid.
I totally agree with that, but I'm just saying that I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
But people just want the quick, not people in this live stream. Obviously, you guys are all fantastic. We love you. Thank you for joining. If you're still here, which you're probably not. But all righty, buddy. I gotta go.
Okay. Thank you.
But I love my new
And
shirt. So soft.
see you next week. It was
All righty,
great.
guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was
see you
fun.
next week. Yeah.
All right. Talk to you later.